Hi everyone, and welcome to our studio. I'll give you a tour in just a second, but let's start at the beginning. December 24th, 2019, it's 9 in the morning, and Lizzie and I step into this room right here, a 500 square foot windowless office space that used to be occupied by an old Russian travel agency. This place had potential. So Lizzie and I had a decision to make. Would this right here be our future office? Woo! Yay, uppy. We leased the office. So now the real work begins. Paint the wall, find a table, purchase a carpet, get an egg chair, install custom soundproofing, build the desk, design a backdrop, get a fridge, get another fridge, get a podcasting setup, dump all our gear, set up the computers, set up a NAS. Why are NAS so expensive? And somehow 5 months later, it looks like this. All right, so let's break down the office into different sections, starting with the idea station. That's just my fun name for this video. Don't judge it. The idea station. This is where we brainstorm ideas, collaborate, shoot videos, and also eat. I like looking at things like a process. The most important part to any project is the creative and the story. This ultimately impacts everything, so it's extremely important to me to have an area that is free of distraction so we can come up with the best ideas. The next part of the process is production. This area we'll call the workstation. This is a fancy name again for our desks. We designed this area to serve as both a set and a workstation, where we can tell stories, edit those stories, and then put them out into the world. This is where I work, and this is where Lucas works. We chose to set it up this way so that we can easily collaborate. And then there's my office partner, who's also my life partner, Lizzie. As you can see, her space is drastically different than mine. I'll let Lizzie explain.
So this is my desk, this is my backdrop setup. Obviously, this is a multi-functional space. It had to be a workstation, and it also had to look good because we're filming like this right now, and I am for my YouTube channel all the time. So that's why I kind of added all of this greenery and lights in the background, but also had storage, had practicality to it. I can rearrange things in the background to make it look different when I wanted to. And I can also have space to keep things out. I have lots of space on my desk to have different notebooks and different laptops when I'm doing a laptop review. But my overall vision for my backdrop and my workspace was to make it feel like home. Some other things that just make this space feel really homey are the rug, the blanket, some of the photos in the background. It just feels really warm and inviting and makes you want to come into work, especially when we're in a studio that has no windows. That was very important to me. So I'm overall super happy with my desk setup. And if you want to see where I got certain pieces in this area or a little bit more about my actual computer desktop setup, Chris will have all of those videos linked up here somewhere and probably in the description too.
It's really important to me to remove as many barriers as I can to the creative process. There's a lot of gear that Lizzie and I share, so it's really important that it's easy to move, but most importantly, that it's easy to set up. So organization was a super important aspect to this office space. Everything has a home. If I want a light, I know where the lights are. If I need a battery, they're here. If I need to record a voiceover, it's here. I'm a little bit more sensitive to these things, but for me, this is super important. Creative ideas and creative energy are fleeting things, and what you want to be able to do is capture that before it disappears. Organization isn't just a physical thing. In this space, it's also a digital thing. We just set up this crazy NAS system to store all our footage, project files, and assets from the last decade. And speaking of assets, I would like to thank this week's sponsor, Storyblocks. So for me, just as important as having an office space is having the right footage, templates, After Effects templates, images, sounds, and sound effects to tell the stories that I want to tell. The YouTube landscape has changed a lot over the last couple years. When I first started, you could kind of get in with low quality, but now audiences, and especially my audience, demand higher quality and more consistency, which is not stressful at all, by the way. So having unlimited access to millions of royalty-free assets for both commercial and personal use saves us time and money. And to most of my family's surprise, YouTube is a business. It makes money. I like to save money. We even used After Effects templates found on Storyblocks in this video, like this one right here. Ooh. Or this one. Oh, that's nice. So if you guys want to go check out their affordable all-access plans, head over to storyblocks.com/Chris Howe. Apparently in my last video, I said storyblocks.com/Chris Howe, and someone graciously pointed out that I don't know anything about URLs. So it's storyblocks.com/Chris Howe. Thank you, Storyblocks, for sponsoring this video. The next area focuses on long-form content. This is the podcasting Nook. This area was all about cultivating interesting conversations. This is where Lizzie and I record our podcast, A Couple of Creatives, but we focus on what it's like working together as a creative couple. And also, if you guys want to hear Lizzie and I bicker without any editing, links are below. The whole idea of this space is to simulate what it would be like if you were at home, to make sure that our guests feel comfortable so they share all their dirty secrets on our podcast. No, I just want them to enjoy being there so that we have great conversations. This next area we'll call the fuel station. Welcome to our kitchen. Now, the creative process can be extremely draining, both physically and mentally. This is somewhere where you can grab a coffee, a Red Bull, you can grab a snack, you can have some vodka. I think that was there from a previous shoot, but it's there. Ultimately, this is a place where you can refuel and re-energize and celebrate how you're able to turn nothing into something. And now we're at the end of our process. And when you turn around at the fuel station, you're right back at the idea station.
So, yep. What are we shooting this week?
Cars.
Oh.
All right, this is gonna sound a little cheesy for a second, but just bear with me. For me, this job doesn't really feel like a job, so I didn't want my office to feel like a regular office. I wanted to build a place that was inspiring to go to, housed all the right tools, and allowed me to create the things that I wanted to create. Because at the end of the day, that's who we are. We are creators. All right, so let's answer the big question. Was all this work getting the space worth it? I think so. All right, guys, this is the end of the video, and anybody who is a fan of this channel knows what time it is. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for watching this really long video. It took a really long time to make. I hope that it shows. This took 2 weeks. That's too long for a video. So the least you could do is press like. It would actually make a difference. Subscribe and hit the bell to be notified for future videos. I did a previous take where I told people to at least at a minimum not unsubscribe and not unlike the video and not hit the bell. Does that make sense? Anyways, this video took a long time. I hope you liked it. Thank you for watching. I'm just gonna remind you one more time that the like button's down there and it's really not that hard to press. I'm just saying, think about it. 2 weeks for video and this is what you have to do.